I want to talk about Radagon and Elden Beast, but mainly Elden Beast, and why I think the dislike for the boss is kind of unwarranted, even though there are things about the fight that people don't like that I agree with. And the main problems that I hear that people have with the fight are as follows. One, Elden Beast moves around a lot and, runs away from the player. Two, Elden Stars is almost impossible to avoid. Three, people feel that you should be able to ride the horse during the fight. And four, he should be a separate boss from Radagon. And so let's break that down, and let's start with Elden Beast moveset. The thing people have the problem with the most is the move where Elden Beast goes down into the water and reappears far away from you. I personally don't have any issue with this move, and in fact I think it's essential for Elden Beast to have. When he runs away, he usually jumps into the air to send projectiles down at you, or summons the ring around you, or he starts doing sword projectiles or wave of gold. And all of those moves, if you decide to run after Elden Beast, you usually have a window to get a few hits in. Some you have to know a little bit about where Elden Beast usually moves to, like when he jumps up to do the rings. He usually, you have to run directly away from Elden Beast. So you have to run in a certain direction, and then you'll be able to get some hits in when he resurfaces. So it's kind of complicated, but there are ways to get damage in even when he does that move. So another thing is, even when doing regular sword swings, Elden Beast moves a lot. And one of them, it looks like he's about to start running away, but he's actually just swinging his sword. Elden Beast probably has the most telegraphed moves of any boss in Elden Ring. It's very easy to avoid his attacks even when facing him for the first time. Elden Beast isn't a hard boss. He's probably one of the easiest bosses in the game. I think the main reason people don't like Elden Beast is because of the massive pacing / tonal shift between Radagon and Elden Beast. Radagon is extremely aggressive with very quick attacks, and the music is building up tension, and it really gets you hyped up when fighting Radagon. And when you beat him, there's almost a 180 in tone and pacing. The music comes in slowly, and its overall tone and pace is more peaceful and slow. The problem, I think, is that most people fight Elden Beast like they're fighting Radagon. They're still as aggressive and focused as when fighting Radagon, but Elden Beast is a differently paced fight, and it's jarring going from non-stop aggression to a more slow and melodic fight. Because of the non-stop aggression of Radagon, when fighting Elden Beast, people get frustrated when Elden Beast moves away because people have already gotten used to the rhythm of Radagon's attacks by the time they get to Elden Beast. Just listen to the difference. Music plays an important role in hinting the player at what type of fight it's going to be. Let's move on to problem 2 and 3 because they're related. Elden Stars. Everyone who's fought Elden Beast dislikes this move, especially because you can combo it into other moves and it makes it really hard to avoid. And this is where I agree with everybody that this is bad design. And originally when people said it feels like you should be able to use Torrent, I wasn't too sure. It felt odd to me because the arena is actually smaller than most people think. So I just wasn't too sure about if that was going to work. But after thinking about it and fighting Elden Beast again, I think Torrent would definitely go a long way in improving the fight. Elden Stars would be avoidable because you move faster when on Torrent, and Elden Stars as it is now, you can't outrun it. So if you were on Torrent, you probably would be able to outrun it, and it would be pretty easy to avoid the ring attack that he does, or the triple ring attack, and even just his regular sword swings could be avoided by jumping with Torrent because they're all like really low to the ground. And because of the different camera position when on horseback, it would make the moves where Elden Beast jumps into the air more of a spectacle. However, I think the reason they decided not to include Torrent in the fight is because it was probably too easy. And the fourth statement that Elden Beast should have been a separate boss, or even that Radagon should have been the final boss and Elden Beast shouldn't have been in the game. I think Elden Beast is the proper execution of something FromSoft has tried in the past. In Demon Souls, the final boss is True King Allant, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go on YouTube and look up True King Allant. True King Allant is more of a set piece there to help tell a story than an actual boss. I'm sure no one who's played Demon Souls would consider True King Allant a good boss fight, but that doesn't matter because it's not supposed to be. Elden Beast isn't as good a fight as Radagon's, and it would be just as poorly looked back on as True King Allant if it was its own separate fight. Elden Beast is a beautiful spectacle with huge story implications that happens to be an alright boss fight. But that's just the way I see it, and that's mainly the reason why I think that the strong dislike for the boss is somewhat unwarranted. But that's just my opinion on it. And that's pretty much all I've got to say about it. I'm interested in seeing what people think, and if this is, helped in any way to kind of change the perspective of Elden Beast as a boss. But let me know. That's all.